YouTube. I'm in my shed again. Gonna make something. I've got a piece of ATCRV2 steel. I'm thinking of making a big knife. There you go. I've been doodling with me Sharpie. ATCRV2, 4mm thick. And I've sort of drawn out a 7-inch blade. 7-inch survival knife. But I've only got 4mm thick steel, so it'll be a bit flexy, but I'm just interested to see what it'll be like. Plus, I've never actually made anything from ATCRV2 before, so I'm going to have to learn how to heat treat it. I've watched Knife Steel Nerds videos and things on it. I mean, if he doesn't know, nobody knows. He invented Magna Cut. Yeah, obviously I've just got the little gas forge. And I don't know. I could just use my normal vegetable oil quench. I could fork out for some Parks AAA. I don't know. Parks 50. I don't know. We'll have a play. I'm going to build a big knife to satisfy my ongoing obsession with all things sharp and shiny. Yeah, so I'll cut it out and let's have a look. Ten minutes later, I've got it roughly roughed out with the angle grinder and flat discs. So let's get some 60 grit ceramic on the big grinder and refine the edge. Doesn't take long. Rough it out. There you go. That's the blade roughed out. Marked out some places for the handle. Marked out what I sort of want to do with the blade, probably. Right, now we've got to mark out the centre of the blade for grinding. Bit of marker pen. Get me verniers, whatever you want to call them. Scratch a line that side. Scratch a line the other side. And then I can fit this on. Clamp that onto there. That gives me a guide where to grind to. Right, it's another day. I'm having to do this in dribs and drabs because I'm busy. But here's the knife. I put a full flat grind on it. And unfortunately I've gone a bit thin. So it's about 3mm here. A bit fatter here, about 3mm here. So it's a bit flexible. Anyway, I've rubbed it down to 180 grit. Rubbed it down, got it pretty smooth. I'm going to heat it up in the forge. Going to put it in my baffle, get it to non-magnetic, try and hold it there for a few minutes in a little gas forge. Not easy. And then I'm going to quench it I've got my quench oil there, but I'm going to use water. Interrupted quench. I'm going to go in. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, in. 1, 2. I'm going to try that. The water's going to be hot water, near enough boiling water, not quite. It's going to have salt in it. It's going to have a bit of liquid, washing up liquid, dish soap, whatever you want to call it. It's an experiment. Then I'm going to cook it in the oven at 425 Fahrenheit. I'm going to see if I'm going to test it, see if I can break it. Going to bend it, twist it, drop it on the floor, all this stuff. It's an experiment. I don't care if I break it, it doesn't matter. It's just a bit of fun, just a bit of experimentation. So, right, let's fire up the forge, get the baffle in, get it to heat. Let's do it. Got a bit of scrap ATCR-V2 here. I'm going to heat this up, get it to non-magnetic, take a note of the colour in this light, and then it'll give me more of a chance to judge the colour of the actual knife when I'm doing it. Right, let's do it. Forge isn't big enough. I'm going to keep it at the quench temperature for a few minutes. Try anyway. I wish I had a bigger forge. You know what? That's going to have to do. Are you ready? Put it in some oil. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just playing. Well, I didn't hear any pings of death. Nothing went ding. Look at that. My crappy improvised quench tank. An old Coke bottle. Yeah. I don't know. Just looking at it and I've got a warp. Bends round like a banana that way. You know what? And I'm not 100% sure about the heat treat either. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Let's do it. Right. I just reheated this, re-quenched it without the camera going, without messing about, and then while it was still semi-hot I straightened it on the anvil, gave it a few taps. Looks a lot straighter now. Right, let's see if it's harder. Yeah, I did it again. Quenched it. This time I didn't use oil. I just kept dipping in and out of the hot water. That's better. That's hard. It's straight. And it's hard. See, panicking about the camera, trying to move it, trying to do this, not at the right heat when I did it last time. Yeah. Easier to do everything when you haven't got the camera running. You're not worried about videoing it for people, you just do it for yourself. That's better. Right. Temper. I just dropped it twice on the floor outside. It's not sharpened or anything, but it is heat treated. You can see the colour there. Let's try it again. It hurts my ears. Hang on. Third drop onto concrete. Not bad for a blade that's like 2.5, 3 mil thick. Let's try bending it. Put a bit of leather in the vise, just to stop it marking the blade. Not that it matters if it breaks, but yeah, let's put a bit of leather in the vise just to hold it. Where should we hold it? There. How far will we dare to bend this? Hey. Ew. Well, it bent, but it's straight, flexible. With my crappy made up heat treatment, dipping it in and out of water. What do they call it? Interrupted quench. That's nearer the tip now. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Is it worthy of being finished? Well, yeah, sod it. Let's put an edge on it. Let's see what it'll do. Hello. Hello, watch out. It's a sharp thing here. Oh, you're gonna cuddle. You're gonna cuddle. You're a good girl. Yes, good girl. Go on. I'm trying to make a video. I've been playing with this knife. I've been splitting wood. Messing about. I'm really impressed. You've got to test it. Bit of ash, about 1 year old. It's not bad at all, really. I mean, the blade is thin, yeah. It's about the same thickness as a Mora Companion. Look how thin it is compared to that Condor. But yeah, it's not bad, it's not bad. The heat treatment worked. As far as I'm concerned, pretty good. Seeing as I made it up as well. Partly luck.
but it's not bad. I'm not going to finish it. It's too thin. You know, if anybody else wants to mess about with a knife one day or something, I'll give it to them. It's just a test piece. It's my first time working with this steel, ATCR V2. I've got it in a Yukari Puko, a Tarava Yukari Puko 140. Same steel, really good, really tough. Keeps an edge. You know, and so does this, believe it or not. I've been splitting wood. Yeah. Where's that bit of paper? Here you are, bit of paper. That's how sharp it is at the moment. And I'm chopping onto oak, solid seasoned oak, that is. That's a hard wood. It's good for chopping because you've got this long handle which you can come back on, chop, hold it normally, choke up on the blade for a bit of fine work. Nice curly feather sticks. Very narrow tip. What can I dig into? Let's try this. Wrong way. Still there. Yeah, I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want apart from a thicker blade? I think if I make this again from like 5mm thick steel, get the heat treatment right again, bloody brilliant. It'll be brilliant. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I just wish I'd made it thicker. But it's an experiment. That is how you learn. Experimenting. I can't see any damage. I've just been chopping with that, haven't I? I mean, bloody hell. What more do you want? And if it is a bit blunt, you can strop it, because it's that kind of steel. I've been abusing this and nothing's broke. Look at that. Oosh. Hello, sweetheart. Love it, love it, love it. Not going to finish it. It's too thin for me. I'll get another piece of thicker. I'll use the rest of this bar stock to make smaller knives. But I'm going to remake this in 5mm ATCR V2. Make it properly. It'll be a knife to cherish, I think. Anyway. There you go. I'm impressed. I'll see you next time.